Hey guys, welcome to the third part of the Legion's card rating series. Today we will take a look at the Soviets, which have, in my opinion, the most interesting and also the strongest set of new cards. That being said, let's take a look what the new cards are and rate them from 1 to 5 stars. Alright guys, here we go, starting with the 1k order Red Dawn. You can choose between deal that 3 damage to a unit and your HQ, or add from the people to hand. Finally an answer against turn 1 Zhukov into Cuban Cossacks, so you can just kill it on turn 1 and just receive 3 damage instead of 9 damage when you can deal with the Cossacks on turn 3 maybe. And you have the versatility to just get it from people in hand, which I also like a lot. Yeah, I think you don't want to run 4 copies of it in a deck, but I think it's a cool order. And as I said, you have finally an answer to deal with turn 1 units that have a lot of health, and usually you don't have good answers against it. So I think I give this 3.5. Then we have the Road to Berlin, 1k order 2. The enemy HQ gets, if this HQ has taken +3 damage this turn, give your HQ +3 defense. I don't like the effect too much. Sure, it is cool in the Soviet self-damage theme, and it's only 1 credit. But I'm not sure. If you are able to deal 3 damage to opponent's HQ, it's very likely that you maybe don't need 3 more health on your HQ, because you might have board advantage or something like that, because you don't trade into units. I think it can be good in the Soviet self-damage, but I'm not sure if you play it in all kind of decks. Maybe also 3.5. Then we have the first very insane unit here, the 2nd Marines Battalion. 2 credits, 0 operation cost, 2/4 with Blitz that got double combat damage dealt against himself. So if you attack this with a 2 attack unit, it just dies, because the 2 attack from the opponent's unit will be doubled and therefore kill this one. But orders are not affected, so you can play it from the people on this and it will survive with 1 health. This card can be really good in counter-offensive decks, in the Japan Casino deck for example. It's a very fast unit that survives a lot of removal orders, and I think why this card is very good, and I give it 5 stars. Then finally, in addition to the light infantry Soviet token theme, the limited order deep operation. You add 2 light infantry to your hand and then give all such units in hand Blitz. Wow. Finally, the biggest problem about tokens was and is that you cannot deal with units in opponent's backline with it, because your light infantry is just too slow, and once your opponent has 2 or 3 fighters, artilleries, bombers on his support line, you cannot do anything about it. He will just farm your light infantry and the game is over very fast. And with the possibility to give a light infantry Blitz now, we might see a revive of Soviet tokens maybe. I'm really will to try it out when the expansion drops. Especially with the next card we will take a look at. So I think I give this one... You get 2 light infantries, which are basically 1k. I think I give it 4 stars. It's cool. It's very strong in Soviet tokens. And you can have 3 of these. Let's go. 4 stars. Next one is the promotion. And this, it looks strange when I say this fits into the token deck. But just imagine this one. First of all, I explain what this card is doing. Draw a card and draw a random unit from your deck. It gets +2/+2 when it is deployed. So, in tokens, you usually don't play a lot of other units. You just play all your reserves and other cards that gives you light infantry, and then a lot of buffing orders. So this means every other unit you put in, or every unit you put in, is very likely to be affected by things like promotion or the the Zhukov, for example. You can put Zhukov, you put the Cuban Cossacks and 3 Katyushas into your deck. And now you have a very strong deck where you always have guaranteed draw on the Cuban Cossacks with the Zhukov, but also the chance to draw a 5/5 Cuban Cossacks and to draw a 3/4 Katyusha. Just imagine having a 3/4 Katyusha. How strong is this? So I think this card can be really, really good in tokens when you kind of can direct what you are drawing, and I think this is also at least 4 stars. I like the idea. I did not really find another broken combo here that is really, really strong on that, but I like promotion a lot. If you can pull this on any blitz unit, it's really, really good. So yeah, 4 stars on this one. Then 125th Rifle Regiment. 3/4 guard. When enemy draws a card, deal 1 damage to the enemy HQ. Oh, I think this card is just average. 3/4 for 4k. And I think you have, so this is like a little KV1. So maybe, you cannot really combine it with KV1, this and Pact of Steel, because this combo is 14k. But maybe if you can make something with Workers Unite. But yeah, in general, I don't know. Can be good, but I think it's just 3 stars here. And new artillery here for Soviets, the 152mm Howitzer Gun. A 3/3 artillery that on destruction deals 1 damage to all. Whoa. This thing is just exploding extremely here. Yeah, a little bit unfortunate that you cannot decide when this destruction effect gets off here. And you're also risking to kill yourself. 4 credits, 3/3. Nah. I give it 3 stars. 3/3, 3 stars. Not great, not bad. Next one is the 214th Amour. Amour toujours. 3/6 infantry for 4k. And your T-34 units have +1 heavy armor and overrate for 1 less. So there are a few T-34s in the game. And them having +1 heavy armor and 1 less operation cost can be pretty strong. And it has a decent body here. 3/6. You compare this to the Volksgrenadiers, which also have 3/6 but cost 3 and have 1 operation cost. But here you have a huge bonus on it. +1 heavy armor on your T-34s and -1 operation cost. I think I give it 3.5 maybe. It's only on T-34. That's okay, but yeah. Then we have a Polish unit here, an exile unit. That's why you can also put it in a Soviet deck without Poland ally. When a friendly unit with heavy armor survives combat, give it +1/+1. So this, I think this synergizes with the Amour. So you can just also buff your surviving T-34s now with heavy armor. 4 credits, 3/3. I think it's a little bit too much here with this and this and... I give it 3 stars. Here's another Polish unit, the T-34. Oh, this is also a T-34, so this is also benefiting from the Amur. 4-4 tank with Blitz and Heavy Armor 1 for 4 credits. It looks decent. It's kind of expensive to make this attack the enemy support line or the HQ. It's 8 credits. But if you can combine it with the 214s, it can be really good. So on turn 10, you can just get this in with Heavy Armor 2. Can be good, huh? Can be good. But in general, I think it's a little bit too expensive with the 2 operation cost and just 4-4. Let's also go with 3.5 here. 461st Rifles. They have ambush, 4-3 stats. And when this unit is dealt damage, your HQ gets equal amount of defense. So this is like the 845th, the 2K infantry that has the exact same text. What I don't like is that it's having, or you can also argue that it's good that it has ambush. Because it's very likely that your opponent has to use an order, for example a hammer, and then this guy is healing you for 6. But I don't like to play a 5 credit unit for 3 with 3 health here. And that's why I give this one only 2 stars. Another very strong order here. 5k, 5-year plan. Draw 5 cards. Your HQ takes 5 damage. Wow. This is the first card that draws 5 cards. The best one so far was Land Lease for Britain. That drew you 4 cards for 7. Besides, how is it called? Phony War. Besides Phony War, which can theoretically draw you 9 cards. But yeah, this card is very strong, but you also deal 25% of your base health to your HQ, which is pretty insane. And 5 card draw is quite a lot. So you need to have an almost empty hand there with 2 or 3 cards remaining. So you're not risking the overdraw there. And that's why I think it's maybe a little bit too much draw. Maybe you just put 1 of max 1. But maybe I'm wrong. And especially with this order here, Road to Berlin, you can play 2 and play a very aggressive draw intensive deck. We will see, but I think it's a very good card. Draw 5, wow, and that's why I give it 4 stars. Another cool card here, Special Partisans. 6 credits, and you can take control of an enemy unit, and at the end of your turn you send it to owner's hand. Don't give it just back, you also send it to his hand. And do you know when you don't send it back to the hand? When you play in your factories or Red Banner on it. So basically for 7 credits you can just get rid of any opponent's unit besides Panther G and M4A1 that cannot be targeted, and make it your own unit for 1 credit more. Very, very interesting. So I think we will see a lot of decks, a lot of Soviet decks with 4 Ural factories in it. Because you have the Confusion, you have Siberian Transfer, you have the 6th Airborne, you have this, Minority Recruits, maybe not, and also the final card we will take a look at here, that are really, really strong with Ural factories, even stronger than they are on their self. And yeah, I really want to build a deck like this because I think it can be really, really fun. And this card is definitely also 4 stars. Even when you play it alone, you can just get a big unit from your opponent, kill him, even kill him with his own unit. So you can just do this on a Furshing or a Tiger. Doesn't really matter. You can take control of any unit. And this is what makes this card really insane. So let's go with 4. But now, best for the end here. 272nd guards. 9 credits. Ooh, sounds expensive for a 7/7 guard. But look at the destruction effect. Add a Joseph Stalin 2 to your support line. So what you don't want with this card, just play it and pass. And give your opponent the chance to bounce it, to play a patrol on it, whatever. To steal it even with minority recruits, no. You want to play this card, play your factories on it, and do you know what is happening then? You get the destruction effect, Joseph Stalin, and there is only one 10 credit unit in the game for Soviets, and that is Joseph Stalin. So for 10 credits and 2 cards, you just get 2 Joseph Stalin to your support line. And that is very often the GG, I guess, if you don't run into a situation that I had in a past stream where my opponent just stole one of my Joseph Stalins with minority recruits. But usually your opponent has to spend at least 2 cards to get rid of 2 Joseph Stalin, very likely more, and this is giving you a big advantage. So that's why I rate this card, and I think it's the first for this expansion. I give this card 5 stars. I think I gave the second Marines also 5 stars, right? So yeah, that's why I think Soviets have one of the strongest or the strongest set of new cards here. Yeah, let me know what you think. I really want to play 272nd guards regularly in my Soviet deck and make my opponents rage quit with it. Guys, thank you all for watching. Tomorrow we will take a look at the US cards. Stay healthy, let me know what you think about the cards, and see you next time. Bye bye.